Today on the channel, we take a throwback to 1966 with the Batman classic TV show figures from Mcfarlane Toys. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for something different today. Mcfarlane Toys Batman 66 Target exclusive Batman, Robin, and the Joker unboxed and reviewed, and these are a Target exclusive, like I said, so you can only buy these at Target, at least as of now. These three figures, there is chase versions, unmasked versions, or masked in Joker's case of these figures. There's also a Batmobile I've seen out and about at my stores, and then there's a Batman playset that goes along with this. I think it's a $40 playset, very reasonably priced. I believe that has only been spotted in Canada at Walmart's as of right now. I believe that's what I saw online. But I'm sure that'll be out here in the next month or so everywhere. So very easily, they say for under $100 you can get the three figures, the Batmobile and the Batcave. Very inexpensive line out there. A nice little display. Makes sense to me. So Batman 66 for me, a little backstory here. Growing up as a kid in the 80s, Batman was on reruns, it was on syndication, all that kind of stuff. So really, my first incarnation of Batman's was through the Super Friends Justice League cartoon and Batman 66. I know people that are younger than me, Michael Keaton, Batman 89, even the later movies here in the 2000s and stuff. I know a lot of people loved those movies. Everything after this, for me, was kind of, Adam West is still my Batman. I feel like an old man. I feel like I should be in a retirement home saying that. But he's all, whenever I think Batman, this is what I think back to. I don't buy a lot of DC stuff. I don't collect a lot of DC stuff. But this hits my wheelhouse of like the 80s G.I. Joe, Transformers, He-Man, stuff I grew up watching as a little kid, and that's what this Batman series was. Yes, it was campy. Yes, it was a little bit out there. But as a little kid, I really enjoyed it, and I enjoy it all these years later. So that is why the devil finally won on my shoulder. It convinced me to buy these. I said, this is a little small subline. I'm sure we'll get the Riddler. I'm sure we'll get Catwoman. I'm sure we'll get, Batgirl. We'll get some of the other ancillary characters. Maybe Alfred. Maybe we'll even go like the old school Mattel ones that they gave us. What was it? Batman and Robin and their surfboards and stuff. We'll see how deep this line ends up going, but it's a nice little line and a little one-shelf display in my collection. That's how I see it. So that's how we set the stage here. Now we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the box. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We'll see where it goes from there. So let's start it off. Let's get after it. Let's unbox Batman 66. All right, let's start it off with Batman. Might as well open Batman first. And one thing I will say on these figures, as you're going through them and looking at them on the shelves, I've noticed some of the packaging is kind of separating from the bubble a little bit. So you might want to look. If you're a mint-on card collector, take a deep look. Don't just grab and buy. I bought this one because it is coming off a little bit. I said, I always want to do a favor. I'm unboxing it. I'll get the damaged one to help out maybe a future mint-on card collector. Pro tip out there. So we're going to do this review like we do all the other ones. Like I said, we're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We'll talk about it. So let's start with Batman. There it is. Now, I love this packaging. Thinner, smaller packaging than your typical Mcfarlane toys. You guys see all the Mcfarlane DC Universe toys in your Targets, Walmarts, wherever right now. Big box, big packaging. This is more minimalistic. And I think we'll see a lot more of this in the future to come with recycling, some of the environmental laws we're seeing. This could be the new standard size packaging for a lot of figures going forward. More of the figure to match the packaging, I guess, was what you would say. These are a little bit smaller than the DC Multiverse figures. We'll compare it at the end of the video. We'll do some comparisons like we always do. But these are a little smaller, so you can't really mix and match these with your DC Multiverse Todd McFarlane figures. They're really their own entity here. But I do love the packaging here. That's the classic Batman logo we all know we love. I love that 60s orange color with the 60s blue. It just screams Batman 66, the old Batman TV show. You see this a mile away, you know what you're getting yourself into when you see this out there. So very cool, Batman in the package here. He does come with these effects here. We'll talk about these, I guess, when we get them out. But honestly, I'm not a big fan of these, and we'll talk about it, like I said. There's the back of the package. The card, it's not a box card, so it's just a traditional card. Traditional old school carding here. We got a picture of Batman, what he's supposed to look like, I guess. You got the Batman logo once again, UPCs, warnings, all that kind of stuff. There's the Batmobile. There's the Batcave. Like Mcfarlane does on all of his toys, I wish there was a cross-sell. I wish it showed, here's Joker with Chase and some of that kind of stuff. Flush out your line. Let us know who else is in the line. And I think that's a miss there, but is what it is. So there it is, the back. Nothing else really to say here. Batmobile figures, playsets sold separately. Nothing really. No blurb, no anything. I wish there was like maybe even a generic blurb. Batman 66, the TV show that lasted 2 seasons in a movie, something like that is what it is. Let's unbox him. Let's get down to it. Let's see what's doing here. Can I get him out? Oh my gosh. All right, I see something I didn't notice right off the bat, so that's cool. There it is. There's packaging. Nothing really that great. See you later. Get out of here. How about Batman in the old plastic prison? There he is. I just always love that gray and blue Batman. I love a good all-black suit, of course, but once again, this is my Batman. When I think of Batman, this is the color combination I think of. Pull him out here. Oh, are we locked in? We're locked in. Let me get scissors. I wasn't prepared to be locked in. I was kind of surprised by that, actually. Now he's no longer locked in. We'll pull old Batman out. See you later. There goes old Adam West packaging. All right, let's get down to it here. All right, Batman, Adam West. Now, it looks like Adam West. Mcfarlane always does a pretty good job in his facial features and everything else. Joints, let's see. Tight joints, fairly tight joints. Now, this has less articulation than I thought outside of the box here, so I'm a little surprised, as Mcfarlane is known for giving us all the articulation in the world. These are, $5 price point cheaper maybe than his typical Mcfarlane's, and I think a lot of that has to do maybe with the license, different licensees with this TV show, maybe making the cost be a little bit more for a little less. Someone like that, if you know what I'm saying there. So this is not as articulated as I was expecting it to be. I'm a little bit surprised. So you got elbow articulation, not double jointed. You got wrist articulation. Yes, wrist and forearm articulation. You got the shoulders that go up side to side. You can go around, but not in a traditional manner. So they can go around. You got head rotation, of course. Waist, yes. And then you got elbow, or knees, I should say. Not double jointed knees. Boots. And then you got a little swivel there at the knee, too. That's interesting. No ankle articulation. Very like a Mattel Basic wrestling figure down here. So very much a lack of articulation on these figures. I don't hate that necessarily, though. I'm not going to be doing a lot of reasons for articulation with these. These are more statues on a shelf for me, but I could see how that would be a deterrent to a lot of collectors out there that are looking for articulation, especially in 2021. Collectors want more articulation than ever. They want every bell and whistle, and you're not necessarily going to get it with this Batman figure. It's more of a statue. Now, one thing I didn't understand, and I didn't know until I got out of the package, we do got a soft goods cape. I like the looks of that. I definitely like a cape more than a plastic cape on Batmans and stuff, especially if he's sitting in the Batmobile. A plastic cape's not going to work, so the soft cape should work for that Batmobile. So I do like that. I do feel like his belt buckle, or his bat buckle, what do they call it in the show? Utility belt, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. It is a little off-centered, just a hair it looks like to me. To my eye, it is off-centered. It does not seem to move. It is not possible to move it. And it looks a little bit shoddy. The yellow paint on here is just a little shoddy. It looks like it maybe needed one more coat of yellow. That's kind of how I sit and see it. He does have his Batman spikes on the side here. I remember my old school Justice League Super Friends figures that I had as a child. You guys probably remember those. I had all of them. Superman, Batman, Green Lantern, Flash, Martian Manhunter, Brainiac, Lex Luthor. I had all of them. I loved them. I played with them all the time. I even wrestled with them for a short while. They were my wrestling figures for a while. But I always used these sharp things on Batman's arm. I always use those as a weapon that he would use against people. So I do like that. I mean, this does throw me back. It does give me that Batman 66 vibe. It gives me the Super Friends vibe. That's what I'm looking for in these. So I do like it. I just think there's going to be a lot of collectors out there that are going to be disappointed once they get this out of the package. Maybe these display better in package than out of the package. I'm not sure. I guess it depends what kind of collector you are. But I do see some people probably saying, oh, I was hoping for more articulation. I was hoping for a little bit more details, because they're really lacking. This is kind of a step back for Mcfarlane, which seems weird. Does he fit on a ringside collectible stand? It looks like he does. Barely, kind of. You can get it. Yeah, he fits. I say it all the time. Spend your money on your figures, not your stands. RingsideCollectibles.com. Use discount code Kyle. Save 10%. So it's okay. This didn't bowl me over. It didn't knock me over at my table here, but I didn't want to throw it across the room as it's hot garbage. I feel like for $17.99, you're getting what you pay for in this modern era here, in this modern day with this Batman. I should talk about these. Now, I don't like these at all. And this was probably my least favorite part about Batman 66. When they're fighting somebody, you'd see these pow and these kapow. These kind of things would pop up on the screen. Even as little Kyle, that took me out of it. I thought that was a little cheesy, and I think it's cheesy after all these years a little bit. But you can put these onto the wrist of the characters, and, you know, they're punching somebody and you have it. I guess it's good for figure photography. It's good for a laugh, but I can't imagine anybody displaying these with these on there. Just awfully gimmicky. I see what they're doing there. It's an easy, cheap throw-in. And it is a big part of the show, so I guess it has to be here. It's just not my favorite part of the show, and I find it to be very cheesy. So there it is with those. And we get them with the other ones. So we'll talk about them when we unbox the other ones. But as far as Batman, the leader of the crew, solid enough. Solid enough. I think it's a fair price at $17.99. Just don't expect the world with this one. And I'm sure a lot of these will be the same way. But we got to find out. Let's dig into Robin next. All right, next up, we got the Boy Wonder, we got Robin, we got Burt Ward. And this is the traditional ones. These are not the chases of any of these three. I think I mentioned that. You can get an unmasked Adam West. You can get an unmasked Burt Ward, Batman, Robin without their masks. Those are out there. And then you can get a Cesar Romero Joker with his mask. So there's some variants out there if you're into those kind of things, which I didn't really feel like I needed those. I think I'm good with the classic versions. But let's take a look at Robin in the package. Same packaging as Batman. We know that. Ages 15 or nope, ages 12 and up. Ages 12 and up. I didn't mention that on Batman. Same packaging, same everything on this one. On the front at least. And then you look at the back. You've got Robin down there instead of Batman. So that's the only change really going on there. So very minimalist packaging out there. Makes sense to me. Once again, this is my Robin from there and Super Friends. When I think of Robin, this is what I think of. I know a lot of people think of different ones. This is where my mind always goes. So it's interesting. It just depends where you grew up and what time frame and what you were watching on TV, I guess. Pull Robin out. There it goes. See you later. Whoa! That did not go as far as I was hoping it would. All right, we'll get these out of the way first off. He's got the Bam and Wham. So I do appreciate they gave us different ones. I'm glad they didn't just give us the same effects with each figure. So you get your own ones for Robin here. Like I said, I'm not going to be using these. It's just, they don't do it for me. Just don't do it for me. How about old Robin in the old plastic prison? There he is. The Boy Wonder. Just looking only like he can look. Looking awfully fashionable, as you guys can see right there. Very fashionable, old Burt Ward. You can find Burt Ward at every comic convention, I think, in the United States and on any given Sunday. There he goes. See you later. Get out of here. See you later. Get out of here. All right, we got the same exact articulation as Batman, except, boy, that shoulder is tight. That arm is tight. Holy cow. I can't get any movement out of that. I can get side to side, but I can't get up and down. Ooh, I might break it. It might break, so that's some tight joints. Same with this one. Same, very tight joints on both of these figures. But yeah, this right shoulder of Robin feels like I could very easily break it if I tried to go up with it. So you got to be a little careful there. You got knee articulation on Robin as well, but same articulation across the board as Batman. But great coloring here. I don't see any color imperfections going on. It looks like a very young Burt Ward, of course. He's got his Zorro-type mask on. Once again, like I said, I was not aware these were getting soft good capes, and I do appreciate that, so I like that soft good cape. I don't know how I feel about the skin tone on Robin here. It's a little off to me. I guess Batman doesn't have any skin showing, but it looks just a little bit, almost a purple hue to it is what my eyes see. So it needs to be brought down a little bit more colorful. It's a little out there, but man, it's a good Robin for sure. This looks exactly what I picture Robin when I close my eyes. So I do like that. So much like Batman, it depends where do you sit with your Robins. What Robins do you prefer? Yes, this Robin was a little bit dorky, but you know what? He was my Robin as a kid. He does not fit on a Ringside Collectible stand. He's got smaller feet. So he does not. There's the test there. But this Robin's okay. I like the boots, kind of the fairy boots there, the Peter Pan-esque boots going on. The mask, like I said, he's got that beautiful haircut you could set your watch to. Very salesman-esque back in the day for sure. And he's got his green gloves on, the green undershirt with the red shirt over the top. You got the R logo, you can't miss there. And then, of course, his green tights. So pretty solid, actually. I like this one. I wish that shoulder was not froze. I might have to heat that up with a hairdryer just a hair. I'm sure your results may vary as they usually do there. But pretty good. Pretty good for a Robin. I think he fits in very well. He's going to look good displayed next to Batman. I like the height difference between these two. Is Robin was supposed to be the boy wonder. He was smaller than Batman. He wasn't bigger than Batman. I think that scales perfectly. So I like the looks of these two. Once again, I think if you're looking for all the articulation in the world, you're just not going to find it here. So there it is. There's Batman. There's Robin. Now we got to turn it to the Joker. All right, we finish up the Batman 66 lineup, at least for now, with Cesar Romero's Joker. My favorite Joker, much like my favorite Batman and Robin, just because it's what I grew up with, so I like it. And I always liked his campiness and his, over-hyperness. Much different than the Jokers of the modern age. They're more dark and brooding and menacing, stuff like that. Obviously, different times, different type of shows, but I loved this Joker as a kid, and I love him now. Packaging-wise, same thing we saw in the past between the other two. Pretty uniform packaging, I would say, across the board. We got the little POWs and all that kind of stuff going on there. And then the same thing on the back with the Joker. Same as Batman, same as Robin. You get a little figure glamour shot right there. But no cross-sell of anything else. No hindrance to say, hey, here's what else is in our lineup. None of that going on. 12 and up, of course. So let's get old Joker out of the package here. Let's see what's doing. Let's see what's doing here. Falling out. See you later. Boom. There it goes. There he is, the Joker in the plastic prison. I love that bright purple he's got going on there. It definitely catches your eye. You know it's the Joker when you see it. It's my Joker. See you later. Get out of here. All right, Joker, what do you got? A beautiful suit going on here. Holy cow, I think we got another stuck. Ooh, that is the toughest joint yet. That is a hardcore ratchet joint. We got a little bit of elbow swivel, though, back and forth, and the ratchet there. But, man, that's a heavy-duty ratchet. Shoulders. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I might have to heat this guy up as well. His shoulders aren't going anywhere right now. And if I do force it, I'll probably break it. So it needs to be loosened up big time. Even his head is extremely tight. I can't get any waist. Oh, my gosh. There's a little bit of waist, but it is limited by his coattails here on the back. Coattails were all the rage back in the 60s. Joker, Penguin, orchestra guys, coattails were all about it. You get the knee articulation. That seems to move very well. He's got the swivel there at the knee, but no ankle articulation. But holy cow, these arms are extremely tight. I would recommend heating those up. That comes from somebody that doesn't like to heat things up, but I'm pretty sure if I don't, the arm's breaking off. I can feel that, especially this left arm here. But this looks great. I love the green hair against the purple suit. Like I keep saying, this is the Joker. This is like he stepped off the screen for me, so I like that a whole lot. Brings me back to my childhood. Brings me back of what I think of when I think of the Joker. Unfortunately, he's got his kind of clown makeup on the front of his face, the lipstick or whatever you want to call it. It is missing his mustache underneath. That doesn't bother me a ton, but he did always have that mustache underneath, of course, you could see. But an amazing face. And one thing I got to say about all three of these figures, great paint applications. Not really any smudges, any kind of errors with the paint application. None of that going on here, so I do like that a whole lot. Does he fit on a ringside collectible stand? He fits the best on a ringside collectible stand, so he's got that going for him. That's pretty good. He does have the sock and ouch. Ouch and sock. So that's what his things say there. Once again, like all three, I'm not a fan of those at all. But how's he scale next to Batman height-wise? Whoa, knocking things over here. Yeah, it's pretty good. I think he was a hair taller than Adam West, if I remember correctly. And then Robin, of course, still the small guy. I got to think when they come out with Penguin, he'll be about the same size as Robin. Can't wait to get a Burgess Meredith Penguin out there. I hope that happens. Love Burgess Meredith. He really stole my heart in the G.I. Joe cartoon movie in the 87. Playing Globulus, of course. So that was a good one. How about a little comparison time here? Here's Mcfarlane DC Superman. It's the only Superman figure I have in my collection. But you can see how much bigger of a figure that Superman is than Batman, Robin, and Joker here. He just towers over them. Totally different scale. And then you got the Marvel Legends here. I think Captain America is looking for a new Bucky, and he wants Robin to come over. This scale's a little bit better. You could maybe smoke and mirror some of this with the Marvel Legends if you really wanted to, but still a little small for Marvel Legends, but definitely better than the DC Mcfarlane universe as far as scale goes. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with my purchases here. I think $17.99 each is a fair price point. You just got to go in knowing what you're getting. You're going to get limited articulation and not a ton of accessories outside of the pows, whams, and bams and all that kind of fun stuff. But you're getting some good stuff here. I think you would like this if you would like this, especially if you're a fan of this era of Batman. If you're a Batman that came into Batman in the last 10 years or so, this may not be for you. This is most likely for older collectors and ones that appreciate the past, I guess. But definitely a set that is not for everybody, especially people that love toy articulation in this modern age. This is a bit of a step back in time is how I would finish it off there. So there you go. But what say you? Any plans on you picking these up? I bet you my audience will be a little bit split here. Some people will love this and remember back to the days like I do, and there's going to be some that this is not their Batman. This is not what they're looking for. And that's all right. It's just the tale of two Batman fandoms in your age brackets, I think, with this one. But please do tell me what you think in the comments below. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, _Kyle_Peterson on Instagram, and of course, ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. So for Batman, the Boy Wonder, Robin, and Joker, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.